my name is America, and I'm going to be showing you how to do this problem, okay? So we're going to start off with the A, B, C, and we want to make sure that we get C on its by itself. So we're going to minus 1, and then you're going to minus 1. So now you got A, and this is B, and this is 1. So we have the A, B, and the C, but however, we want to find the original B. And the original B, you find that is finding half of 4, and the equation is half of B, square it. And so that's the formula that we're going to do. So half of negative 4 is negative 2 times itself, which is going to be a positive 4. So that's how you get that one. And then you're going to add it to this side, and whatever you do, you're going to have to add it to that side. So it's going to look like this. X squared minus 4x plus 4 equals 4. And you can't forget about this negative 1 because that was the C. So negative 1. And then now you're going to get 4 minus 1 because these are regular numbers, so you got to always solve. And 4 minus 1 is 3 equals, and then now you have all of this, which is going to end up looking like this problem. Okay, so when this problem, they look very similar, okay? And then now you're going to have to factor because you have to get them to be squared, okay? Eventually, it's going to look like that. And the way you can factor is getting that 4, put that there, negative 4. Don't forget that's a negative. And so, the only way, this is just a nice number, so it just so happens to be 4 and 4. 2 and 2, negative, negative. So we could jump to conclusion that it's going to be x minus 2, and then it's going to be times itself. And I could write it out for you like this, why it is that way, why it is jumping to that. But when we go like this, when we find our two terms, you have to add the x, whatever variable that is in the middle, which is an x. And you have to keep over here. And this is in the beginning of learning how to factor, so you should already know how to do this, what I'm talking about, if you know how to factor. And then x, and then you can't forget about that. And this is all just factoring, so x, and what do these have in common? This is factor by grouping now, okay? So x, take out x minus 2, and then now, what does these have in common? Okay, 2x minus 2, because 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. Okay, now what do these are left over? So you're going to have x minus 2. And well, when factoring, you always have to have, if there's 2 of them, you have to get rid of it. So put it over here. You don't have to put 3 of them, okay? These are rules of factoring. And then because there's 2 of them, well, that's written the same thing as this. So this is why I wrote it like that, okay? And then from here, this problem looks very similar to this problem, okay? Right here. And then what you have to do is, they don't want it to be squared like that. They want you to do a radical like that, okay? And the way you do that is, because any radical is a 2. A 2 is a radical, okay? So then that's how you get rid of the radical, is because there's already a 2. And so you're going to write it down just like that. And 3 stays like that because you can't do with anything with the radical of the 3. It just so happens to be that way. However, you're still not finished because this problem is going to look a lot like, well, okay, none of these problems look like that. So you're just going to have to know that you're not finished because you can't leave it like this. You have to get x by itself, okay? So you have to plus the 2 plus the 2, and now you have 2x by itself. And then you have to remember that radicals, because you're not told if it's a plus or minus 3 or anything like that, so you can't forget the plus or minus. And I didn't write it in there, but that's something that you're going to have to know. So 2 plus or minus radical 3, and that's your final answer. Thank you.